hey. What you doing? Hey. Yeah, say goodbye. I say hello. Hello, hello. You say goodbye. You say goodbye. I say hello. RAWR zombies. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Zombies. Hey, hey, hey. RAWR zombies. Take that, zombie. Okay. Take that, you stupid zombies. Take that, you stupid zombie. Da 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 da. Ba 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 bum bum bum. Okay, I need to get some napalm. Did I already craft that shit? I think if I already crafted, let me see. Oh god, what did I gear craft? I did already craft one. Now I gotta find one. I just will craft the brain rot. Alright. Let's go, pussy. Ready up.
That he may or
Like
may not.
he was. There's a voice memo of him saying "I love you." Like
That's
there's
that's
like a video or something like that of him
That's
saying "I
fine.
love you."
Yep, which would be consistent with love bombing. But there's also like new relationship energy, where when people start dating new people, they get fucking obsessed and they act obsessive and they do obsessive things, and it looks like really similar to love bombing. But the intention is completely different. They're just obsessed because they have a new partner for a few weeks or a couple months, depending on how long that period lasts.
So do you not think it's likely that Fresh essentially promised the girls the world? Is are you disagreeing with that part?
I feel like in this particular circumstance, I think it's more likely that Fresh actually liked her. If you're saying that Fresh love bombed her and everything, then I
Love
don't believe that's
bombed.
compatible with what you were saying before that Fresh
Bomb
genuinely liked her. Because I
bomb.
feel like love bombing generally implies you
Love
don't know, I guess
bombing?
it could, but I think in this case, because you could be manipulating someone, I guess, to like you more and you genuinely do like them. But I feel like in this case, I think Fresh actually genuinely really
Generally.
liked the girl. He wasn't trying to play some crazy manipulative game or whatever, because if he was just running game to look cool, I think he would have picked a different girl. I think he would have shown a lot of different stuff publicly. He would have never spent so much money on a bracelet, at least on a credit card that can be traced back to him. There's like 50 million other things that he could have. He could also be dumb and he fucked all this up. But I
Shit.
think a
Well, he was
really
really dumb. I think
Sure, but
everyone
I think a
agrees on
really simple explanation for all of this is that he just like really liked her. And my guess is when he finds a girl he really likes, he probably just comes on really strong, which a lot of guys do, especially because he's got the financial means to do so. That'd be my guess based on what I've seen.
Right. But when you like a girl, there's like different strategies you can pursue to court her. And in this case, it seems like, well, actually, it seems like this is the classic case for Fresh. His strategy when he likes a girl is to just promise her the world and like just sell the dream. Essentially,
Yeah,
that's
but
essentially
what if he genuinely believes that?
if he essentially believed that. Well,
Then it's
and
not
then
really love bombing. That's just
He's
him
an
like going
idiot.
overboard because he's on like some new
he
relationship
legitimately
energy.
like believed that they were gonna fucking shack up and would date each other for years, and like you're saying he legitimately believed
I
that?
think so in the beginning, yes. Yeah.
Yup.
For sure. He's like putting this chick in fucking videos and stuff with him, like in their car and stuff, and
Yeah.
like calling her. Did he call her
Videos
like
and
Fresh
shit.
Prince Princess or Fresh
Yeah.
Prince Queen or something? I feel like yeah.
It
I
was
feel
a
like
lot of shit. But he does do that
Bruh.
with like other girls. She's not the only girl he's done that with. That was the whole thing with Miranda. Like
Bruh,
he does.
bruh,
That's
bruh,
his
bruh,
dating
bruh, bruh,
strategy
bruh.
essentially.
wait. How long was he with Miranda for?
I don't know, a few months,
Bruh.
probably similar time as here.
I don't know anything about the Miranda. He
Bruh.
might have really liked her too, though. I'd have to check.
Bruh.
Fresh
Well,
could be
that
the
was like That was like the first incident because she had a TikTok
Hello?
teaching, I guess, girls how to manipulate guys or something like that. I've never seen her TikTok, and she was
Alright,
also on
let's
Seeking.
see. Let's
So
go.
essentially, what it came down to that's why that whole thing was an issue,
Alright.
is because Fresh lied to his
Let's
audience.
see.
So essentially, okay, it came
Oh,
down
wait,
like
wait,
this.
wait, I'm separating all this. I'm just saying, like, it's
Oh,
hard to
God.
differentiate between like new relationship energy obsession, especially for people that are unhealthy for other ways, versus somebody that's like love bombing and manipulating. So, like, they can look similar, but they can come from completely different places.
I'm ready.
Do you not think there was some
I'm
manipulation done on Fresh's part
all
here?
the way ready.
It's hard for me to know without having access to all their
What you
relationships.
guys even doing?
What do you think is more likely?
I feel like with everything that I've seen, I feel like it's more likely that he genuinely liked her. But I don't have a strong feeling either way. But I think he
You can
genuinely.
genuinely like someone, still manipulate them. They're not mutually
Just
exclusive.
even pinging me
Yeah, but love
anything?
bombing doesn't really play it well into like the definition of genuinely liking somebody. Love bombing genuinely implies that you're promising things that you
Yeah,
know
that's
you
it.
can't deliver on, or you're promising things that aren't completely unrealistic or impossible. He might have
Good
genuinely thought
shit.
these things. Like you can
Well-
meet a girl, get obsessed with
Good
her,
shit,
say like,
bro.
bro, I want to marry you, like let's go, like holy shit, we can do this, and have known them for like 3 or 4 weeks, and like it's kind of love bombing, but you're not like love bombing them, like lying about it. You're just like you are obsessed with a person, and that's how you like. Some people start relationships. It's super unhealthy, and you shouldn't do it. And I highly recommend it because I think there's a lot of red flags there. But, like some people do that without it being like malicious, or they're not trying to like manipulate the person.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of lost track of my thought. Yeah, I think that the more likely scenario is that Fresh was trying to essentially either gaslight her or lie to her, manipulate her, process all over the world, or probably some combination of all these things. Do you think it's okay? Do you think a reasonable?
No. Damn it.
Do you think it's reasonable for a guy, like let's say earlier on the stage of the relationship, for someone like Fresh, specifically living the lifestyle he lives, to legitimately believe that there's going to be a future with this girl? Do you think that's something that's reasonable?
I don't know. Why would it be reasonable or not reasonable? Yeah, it's
Well,
possible for him to
because-
find a girl, want to date a girl, and be with her. Yeah, I think this particular choice was dumb for a variety of reasons, but it's possible somebody could believe that. Yeah.
Well, that's like extra dumb if he actually thought that there was going to be a future with the girl, and like a more specific future, like them living together.
Wait, why? It sounds like she wanted it. It was halfway there. No.
Yeah, she
wanted
did like
it.
him. I'm not disagreeing with
No,
that.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
She didn't like him. She wanted to live with him. She wanted a relationship with him. She
Wanted
really
it.
liked him. She was like obsessed with him too.
Yeah, she really, really liked him. Yeah, I agree with that.
So why it would be ridiculously impossible to think that a relationship could form or work there?
Because given Fresh's lifestyle, which is like fucking just the whole like Miami player thing, which is fucking a lot of girls, it's pretty unreasonable to think that he was going to shack up with this girl.
Didn't she
And there's
literally
no-
say in her interviews that she like kind of had that conversation and she was kind of okay with that already, as long as he doesn't get anybody pregnant? I thought I heard her.
She
say that.
was okay with the one-way open part, which she was
We're
not
getting
okay with
everybody
Sid having unprotected
pregnant.
sex with other girls.
So if the only that having sex with other girls is 98% of the work. If he could do that and then say he'll use protection, then it probably would have. That's not
So
unreasonable.
why do you think the relationship fell apart, in your opinion?
Fresh didn't like her for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know anything about the relationship. He could have. Maybe his friend said that, oh, she looks like a hooker. We found this shit. Or maybe he thought she was too obsessive or clingy. Or maybe he got bored. Or maybe he obsesses too much over one girl and then cringes. I have no
Well,
idea.
you can't. I don't think it's a hooker thing because a caller called in
It's a hooker
on the
thing.
stream and on one of their shows way
She's a
before when,
hooker.
and said that she's a hooker, and Fresh said no, she's not. And he was defending her pretty
She's
hard.
Yeah,
definitely
maybe
a
she said,
hooker.
maybe she convinced him that she wasn't, and he found new. So I have no
He's
idea.
a hooker.
Neither of us have any access to this information. Why do you think the relationship fell apart? We have no idea.
I think probably. I think her reasons are probably more or less on point. So essentially, I think that Fresh again kind of promised her the world, and then apparently what she says happened is he wanted her to live in Miami, but she was staying at his place, and she wanted to she felt like he wanted to have space, so she wanted to get her own apartment, and she was going to pay for it, but she needed Fresh to co-sign because she's whatever, she's not. I don't know, not able to get approved by herself, which makes sense since she's not like an American citizen, doesn't have any American financial history probably. And then Fresh just at that point, well, actually, sorry. So it was even before that. So apparently Fresh wasn't coming home for 3 days. And then I think it hit him, like the gravity of the situation. Oh shit, like this girl is actually believing the dream I sold her. I got to bail. So I think that's most likely what happened.
Okay. I don't think there's any evidence for that whatsoever. I feel like it's too much to the contrary. I would need a lot. I would need something to push me in that direction.
What's there of the contrary?
The fact that he was willing to spend money on this chick on a bracelet on a fucking credit card looks insane.
But that's his game, quote unquote game. It's just like fucking simping for girls and buying them really expensive shit.
I thought you just said their game was they said that you're not supposed to leave with your wallet.
That's the contradiction. They say you're not supposed to do that, but he does that all the
Are
time.
there a
That's
ton
his-
of other girls that have evidence of him
not.
spending 5 figures on jewelry for them? Did he with that Miranda chick?
I don't recall with the Miranda chick.
Has he ever with any other girl ever?
he would send her hundreds of dollars.
Oh, Miranda, he would send her money.
He would send her money. Remember that he claimed that it was because of the dog, that she was quote unquote watching his dog.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend is much better at gossip than me, but she's saying he would send like Miranda just like money.
Did he
There was,
like Miranda a lot?
Uh,
It seems like it was similar to this girl. Yeah.
There's nothing that.
I think the one difference is that I think Miranda ended things with him versus he ended things with this girl. I think that's
That
the
makes
one
it sound even more than like, yeah, this is just a pattern of like how he fucking like
Yeah.
obsessed
That's
over girls. But none of this is like love bomby like manipulative. This is just like him being obsessed with a girl, I think. And you trying to say like, oh, he just realized that he like hated her, or rather, you said that you said he realized that she was believing his game, so he got scared and backed out. That doesn't sound at all to me like what happened.
No, not believing his game. She was actually expecting to follow through on what he promised her, and that point he got massive cold feet.
Yeah, but when he was promising things, I think he genuinely felt them. I think he was actually obsessed with his girlfriend. That's what.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's like kind of like saying like I don't know. Like let's say you asked like you want to move. This I'm gonna minimize it a little bit, but you asked me to help you move, and I say yeah, sure, dude. At that point, I felt like helping you move. The move comes around, I'm like fuck it, dude. I realized it was a lot of work. I mean, sure, like you can say that at that moment you felt it, but that's just like you can use that argument for everything. Well, I didn't lie to you. At the moment I told you this thing, I felt it. Yeah, babe, I didn't cheat on you. When I said that I wasn't gonna cheat on you, I meant it, but then I felt differently later on. I mean, like, you can't really do that.
You absolutely can. These are essential things to determine. There's a huge difference between somebody lying to you about something and somebody having a different assumption at a time or feelings changing later on. Like, yeah, these are monumentally important things. Of course they are. You can't just go through and assume that every single time your partner made a mistake, he's lying, or go through your life and every time your partner abuses you, assume he's just making a mistake. Ascertaining what people's intentions or motivations are probably more important than the actions themselves, of course.
What were you gonna say?
That things do not change one day to another. She was like, next time we won't be so lucky when she got like a pregnancy test.
Yeah, but I think that's.
He was so supportive about it. That's what.
Well, yeah, he was.
That's when it changed like 1 week from the other.
Well, yeah, he was happy that she's not pregnant for sure. He was excited.
He was supportive about the fact that when she told him that she wanted to baby with him. She said, "Oh, next time you won't be so lucky."
Wait.
Yeah.
Where was he supportive about having a baby?
This is Natty's argument. How was he supportive?
He was like, "Oh, baby," like he never told her like, "Hey, I don't want a child."
That's being non-confrontational. That's not being supportive. The only hopeless people interpret that as being supportive.
Like how is that not being kind of like? Because I interpret that, hey, this guy wants to have a baby with me.
Yeah, she could. It's possible that she interpreted it that way. Yeah, but it's not because he's being supportive. He's being non-confrontational, and she's autistic.
Yeah, wait, okay, let me, hang on, let me do this debate, okay? You can talk to Destiny, whatever, another debate. Yeah, sure, it's possible that, I agree with you, it's possible he's just being non-confrontational. I think for their partnership, that I agree with.
The more important than that doesn't sound at all to me like what happened.
No, not believing his game. She was actually expecting to follow through on what he promised her, and that point he got massive cold feet.
Yeah, but when he was promising things, I think he genuinely felt them. I think he was actually obsessed with his girlfriend.
You going, dog?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's like kind of like saying like I don't know. Like let's say you asked like you want to move. This I'm gonna minimize it a little bit, but you asked me to help you move, and I say yeah, sure, dude. At that point, I felt like helping you move. The move comes around, I'm like fuck it, dude. I realized it was a lot of work. I mean, sure, like you can say that at that moment you felt it, but that's just like you can use that argument for everything. Well, I didn't lie to you. At the moment I told you this thing, I felt it. Yeah, babe, I didn't cheat on you. When I said that I wasn't gonna cheat on you, I meant it, but then I felt differently later on. I mean, like, you can't really do that.
You absolutely can. These are essential things to determine. There's a huge difference between somebody lying to you about something and somebody having a different assumption at a time or feelings changing later on. Like, yeah, these are monumentally important things. Of course they are. You can't just go through and assume that every single time your partner made a mistake, he's lying, or go through your life and every time your partner abuses you, assume he's just making a mistake. Ascertaining what people's intentions or motivations are probably more important than the actions themselves, of course.
What were you gonna say?
That if things do not change one day to another. She was like, next time we won't be so lucky when she got like a pregnancy test.
Yeah, but I think that's.
He was so supportive about it. That's what.
Well, yeah, he was.
That's when it changed like 1 week from the other.
Well, yeah, he was happy that she's not pregnant for sure. He was excited.
He was supportive about the fact that when she told him that she wanted to baby with him. She said, "Oh, next time you won't be so lucky."
Wait. Where was he supportive about having a baby?
This is Natty's argument. How was he supportive?
He was like, "Oh, baby," like he never told her like, hey, I don't want a child. When
That's
she
being
told
like, that's being non-confrontational. That's not being supportive. The only hopeless people interpret that as being supportive.
so like how is that not being kind of like, because I interpret that, hey, this guy wants to have a baby with me.
Yeah, she could. It's possible that she interpreted it that way. Yeah, but it's not because he's being supportive. He's being non-confrontational, and she's autistic.
Yeah, wait, okay, let me hang on. Let me do this debate, okay?
Let me
You
do
can
this
talk to
debate,
Destiny, whatever.
bitch.
Yeah, sure. It's possible that I agree with you. It's possible he's just being non-confrontational. I think Fresh is generally a non-confrontational guy. Sure, that makes sense. But the whole idea of like, at what point? So at what point does someone need to take responsibility, accountability for the mistakes they make? I mean, like,
What do you mean
if
when you
you're
say take responsibility? Or it sounds like you tried to break up with her.
right
Need a medium
after she already
backpack.
promised her the world, and after she already,
I don't even know. When you say promise
No,
her
I'm
the
good.
world, what are we even talking about at that?
we're talking about resources.
Wait, did
like,
he promise her? It sounds like they didn't even agree on him paying for an apartment. What did he promise her? That was the world.
the whole he was never gonna pay for the apartment. She was gonna pay for the apartment. He was just gonna co-sign.
Okay,
He was-
what did he promise her then? Did he promise her that he was going to co-sign an apartment for her?
I don't know about that. Maybe not. I don't know. If
Okay,
he
we
ever
keep saying he
actually
promised her the world. What's a single big thing that he promised?
The world.
a future together,
That's
like
the
a
world?
like a legit future together. Yeah, that's his whole game. Is dude, he promises
That's
girls.
not okay. You're using the world in a way that no one else through all of humankind has ever used. When somebody says they promise you the world, generally they're saying you're making like huge financial or time or other sorts of commitments, geographical commitments. So that's what it means to promise them the world. Not saying like I think
Yeah,
we're gonna
like
be together.
him saying like you're mine. Like
That's
that
not
implies
promising the
relationship.
world. No, that's not promising the world to somebody. No,
Or,
saying you're
or
mine.
him having her telling her that she should live in Miami. Like that implies, hey, if I'm asking a girl to live in Miami, that implies that I wanna, there's gonna be some kind of future.
Just the opposite. That'd be a red flag to me. I think implying that that's a huge deal would be like, come live with me in Miami. That would be a big deal. Come move to Miami with me. Let's share an apartment. That would be like promising, but that would be really huge. Saying like, hey, you should live in Miami.
Oh shit.
Well,
is
it seems
like,
like
that's like one of the most non-committal, red
I'm
flaggy
driving.
ways ever to suggest somebody needs to be closer
you're
to.
just misinterpreting what I'm saying now. It seems like initially he actually promised he wanted her to live with him.
Okay, I didn't see that. Like if he said that, then
Whoa.
yeah, that's a pretty shitty overpromise. If he was saying like, yeah, we can live together, come like let's
There you
figure out plans for you to
go.
move down here. That's pretty shitty to say that and then pull back on it. But he also again could have just changed his feelings. He could have gotten cold feet. He could have like accepted her for a month and then backed off. But I mean, I'd have to see those texts and like read those messages to see what that looked like. If it was like mind fucking her or what.
What do you think about the whole thing? I think we kind of reached a resolution on that point. What do you think about the whole thing of them basically, well, we have to take what she says somewhat at face value, but I think there's good evidence for it of them basically getting her Instagram shut down so she can't, I guess, like talk about the side of the story. That's what she's claiming, and that's also what happened to me after I did a coverage on them, and that's what a lot of people have said. They have a history of essentially, and also two people I know who knew Myron both say the same thing, that he has a hacker, he uses that hacker to get people's Instagrams taken down. It's not going to work on me anymore because now mine is verified with Meta's new system.
My
but
guess
yeah.
is going to be that if I had to guess, it was probably just the Fresh and Fit audience spam reporting the fuck out of like any photos that were kind of nudie photos. That'd be my guess for getting it taken down.
So when they were going through their whole their previous or the one before that round of whatever drama and meltdowns, it was me, Spencer Cornelia, and two other people. We had a group chat that all lost their Instagram within a day or two of each other for the same exact reason: impersonation. So impersonation, this is like not that uncommon of a scam, I guess. First, it needs someone who's verified, creates an account using your photos, and then reports you for impersonating. So I was reported for, I got my Instagram taken down for impersonating myself, which makes no sense unless, of course, again, someone creates an account that's verified, and people who have verified accounts will sometimes sell that to people who are unverified, which is why I think a big part of the reason why Instagram moved into allowing everyone to get verified if they have identification and proof, because that was a common thing that was going around. That's basically what, like all of us, everyone who's critical of Fresh and Fit, got that Instagram taken down for the same exact reason around the same exact time. And it seems like now that's exactly what happened to her.
Sure. I don't know. I don't have proof that they did it versus like their fans did. I have no idea. I don't know who did it. It could have been them. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I think it's definitely highly likely. Fortunately, I had a friend who worked at Facebook. That's the only way I was able to get my Instagram back. A lot of people did not get their Instagram back. It just seemed like too much of a coincidence that every single person or most people who
Nothing about this is a coincidence. Nothing that I've said is a coincidence. The two scenarios that you and I presented, the difference between them is not a coincidence. in both the clauses you disagree with Fresh and Fit. I just don't know if Fresh and Fit themselves had a hacker guy that did it versus just their fan base goes crazy and there are people in the fan base that know how to spam report accounts or whatever like that. If anything, I would generally think it is more likely that the fan bases themselves switch because fan bases get fucking crazy, especially that one. But it might be that Fresh and Fit know guys that do this too, although that's a really, really, really fucking big risk if they're talking to a guy like that who could leak shit in the future. Although it's possible, not impossible. But I'm saying I don't know why I would believe that they did it over this like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is we're being a little anecdotal, but I promise you this: two people who worked with Fresh and Fit. Well, one of them used to work with Fresh and Fit, and one of them was a girl that was friends with Fresh for a period of time.
Fuck, man.
Both said that, yeah, Myron has a hacker that he uses. I don't know if he still does this. This was back in the day. Well, actually, it seems like he does, but that Myron has a hacker that he works with.
Nothing that we've described, real quick, nothing we've described right now has anything to do with hacking, right? It's just creating an account, changing profile shit.
Okay. Sure, whatever. I'm using the word colloquially, but yeah, there's a guy who essentially, basically, whenever they don't like someone, gets their Instagram taken down.
Okay, yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, I can't prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. We're going off what two people told me, two separate people who know each other, and the fact that everyone lost their Instagram or around the same time. I just thought that was interesting that she got her Instagram taken down right after. It's entirely possible it was their fans, but given what happened to me and what two people told me who used to work with Fresh and Fit, or one of them who worked with Fresh and Fit, another one who was friends with Fresh, it seems like most likely they try to silence her and get her Instagram taken down. When you combine it with the fact that they're now like doing all these BS lawsuits.
Wait, if that was true, first of all, I don't know if a single lawsuit has gone out. I'd be curious to hear about that. But also, if it was them that did it and not the fan base, why wouldn't they have gotten their friend on the ball as soon as she started like calling Fresh and shit, and as soon as she started leaking stuff on Instagram, like literally that like day? Why wouldn't they have called their friend and like get it taken down?
Wait, say that one more time.
Why wouldn't they have gotten her Instagram account shut down either before she started leaking shit, or like right as stuff started coming out?
Well, it seems like her Instagram account did get taken down right as things started coming down.
Wasn't it like 2 days after the first leaks?
Well, 2 days is not a long period. I think it takes time to get this shit done. I think it takes like at least a day to go through the whole Instagram process. It's not instantaneous. I don't know. Again, this is somewhat of a speculation. I think it's more than likely. I just thought it was interesting. Also, another thing I found that kind of bizarre is the whole like you mentioned. You don't know if there's any lawsuits that have happened, and that's true. We don't know for a fact. We're just going off taking what Fresh and Fit says at face value. It seems like they're going to sue the girl for a variety of reasons, and I just find that interesting the strategy of like when you disagree with someone, your automatic go-to is just to sue them and just like basically use the legal system for kind of BS lawsuits because you don't like that person. I don't know.
It depends on what the lawsuit is over, but in general, I doubt that there are any lawsuits that are going to happen. They might get a law firm to, put a cease and desist with their letterhead on it, but I don't even know what they would cease and desist for. Like, it depends on what the lawsuits we're talking about, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can sue anyone for any BS reason. I mean, you know, it usually comes down to who has more money.
Well, no, not really. No, you need a reason. You need a cause to sue somebody. It can't just be anybody for any reason.
No, yeah, sure, but you can like for example, when I was going through my thing with John, his thing was defamation, invasion of privacy. Even though every single thing I said was true, but he was claiming it wasn't true, right? So people can do these BS lawsuits all the time. I agree with you. I don't think there's going to be an actual legal proceeding. I think there's just going to be some cease and desist sent back and forth, and then eventually, I think they'll probably both agree to drop it. I don't know how serious she is about countersuing for defamation, but I think most likely there won't be an actual lawsuit. I think they'll probably just have lawyers send some back and forth, and the lawyers are going to make a shitload of money, and this whole thing is just going to be them agreeing not to talk to each other.
I don't think, to be clear, nobody's making a shitload of money. It's probably cost you like $500 to have a lawyer ship a cease and desist over, and then if she does another one back, it's going to be like $500 at the most, and then they're done.
100% no. When I went through my John thing, we never even got to the point of lawsuit. It was just sending cease and desist and essentially going back and forth. He never even filed a lawsuit. It cost me $15,000.
$15,000 to send some cease and desists?
Well, because the lawyers were going back and forth with each other for 2 months, right?
So there were cross-motion filings that were not just cease and desist. It sounds like you were actually doing like there were actual filings for like summary judgments and stuff like that. Like I'm not saying you get the lawsuit yet, but there were pre-trial filings that were happening like before a lawsuit happened.
There was no pre-trial filings. It was him sending me, I believe, 2 cease and desist, and then my lawyer responding to it. But then the lawyers would go back and forth with each other, not filing motions, just in emails talking about, okay, well, here's the deal that John wants, and he says, no, that's fucking, I'm not gonna do that. It's really, really expensive.
It's not. You got scammed 100%. If you paid $15,000 for a lawyer to send some emails, you're not talking about court paperwork, and you just got $1 billion for scam.
I agree that pretty much anything legal is going to be a scam.
No, not anything legal. You specifically got scammed. You got scammed. Like lawyers don't charge that much to send cease and desist. Doesn't make any sense.
Lawyers do charge $15,000 for like 2-3 months worth of communication back and forth. Yeah,
Depends
because
on the type of communication
every
you're
time they
talking.
send an email, they bill you for like half an hour.
No, what? Well, no, what? They shouldn't be billing you half an hour for an email. It's going to depend on the context on how much work you're asking them to do. Like a
Yeah,
season
because
assistant.
they're charging you for research. I mean, I can send you my legal bills if you're really curious.
I'm super curious. Yes.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. That's not a problem. But they're talking about, oh, we had to research this. Yeah, I agree with you. Largely, any type of this kind of stuff.
No, hold on. You're not agreeing with me. Stop saying you agree with me. Because you're inventing this thing of like all lawyers charge blah 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 blah. I don't agree with that at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it sounds like you specifically in this case, unless there was a whole bunch of other research. If you sent a lawyer like 20 videos and you're like, can you watch all of these to see what you think I should send a cease and desist for? That's going to start to cost money because now he's going to start billing you for whatever, for sure.
Yeah,
like,
The lawyer was like, in order to respond to this cease and desist, we have to, know the content. Can you please send us the stuff he's referencing, and we're going to have our intern or assistant watch it, and then we can make a better response. Have you ever gone through illegal shit?
I have. I've done this with 3 people. Yes, and I've done this exact process that you're talking about. I've never left more than a $10,000 retainer for a lawsuit, and I had the most expensive Jewish fucking lawyer I could find, who billed me $600 an hour. So yes, but when I'm responding to my lawyer's emails and he's asking me things like, you better fucking believe I'm not sending him a 2-hour YouTube video. I'm clipping this down into a minute 30 half thing, and then I'm sending him exactly where he needs to go. So he's not sitting there reading and watching and doing every fucking thing. Because I know I'm gonna get billed a fuck ton of money if I do that. But you're never spending.
I'm not fucking dummy. I wasn't sending him the whole video. I was giving him the timestamp.
Yeah, but $15,000 for 2 cease and desists and some emails? That's insane.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was a lot of emails. There's 3 months of negotiation going back and forth.
What are you negotiating? A settlement? What is being negotiated?
Because he initially wanted me to take down all my videos in exchange for him not suing me, and he would keep up all his videos. And I rejected that, so they were going back and forth.
You keep saying going back and forth. What's on the you're talking like there's like 2 corporations with $15 billion in assets that they're fighting. What is the going back and forth here? What's on the table? What is the wheeling and dealing that's happening here?
I mean, I can forward you all the emails, but essentially it would be like their lawyers saying, if you don't do this by this date, we are going to sue you. And then my lawyer's saying, we're prepared to countersue, and here's the stuff that your client did to my client, so we have a good case. It's a lot of posturing, but you just said you spent $10,000, so we're not far off.
No, I left a $10,000 retainer. I got like $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 back. It wasn't that much. But that's Tyson.
How long did that incident last? How many months was it?
I don't know, probably like a month and a half. But it's not about. It doesn't matter how long it lasts. What matters is how much work the lawyer is doing for your particular case. So you might leave a retainer, and then the lawyer will help you prepare an initial document, and then you send it, and then you wait for a response from either that person or their counsel, and then when they send something back, you'll read it. You'll bill you for the time reading and researching for that or whatever, and then you go like that. But the length of time doesn't matter. It matters like what work they're doing in the meantime for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, for my thing lasted about 2.5, 3 months. So, yeah, I mean, I think there was more shit that was being done. I have the emails. I know there's a bunch of emails going back and forth. I agree with you. This shit is largely a ripoff. I agree with you. I think lawyers generally overcharge you for a lot of this shit. It shouldn't cost that much. But
if you think the lawyer is overcharging you, then why not just write it yourself?
Hello?
Because number one, I don't have any legal experience. And because it's coming from so like a lot of this is also posturing, because when someone is like threatening to sue you, right, if they see that you have a good lawyer behind you, they're less likely to sue you, versus if you're replying yourself, they see you as an easier target. So there's a lot of posturing going on with these types of negotiations.
Okay.
I mean, do you disagree with the fundamental that lawyers will charge a shitload of money for some minor things?
Yeah, I do.
But okay. Hopefully you don't have to do, I mean, the most you've ever spent on a lawyer is really $5,000 with all this shit?
It was like a $5,000 for the first retainer, and then I wanted $5,000 to top it off, but yeah.
So 10,000.
Well, it was
We're probably gonna get off here.
Retainer doesn't mean you actually pay that, right?
Did you?
So you spent 10,000, but you got 5,000 back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. But did you use a retainer for the legal services that you used?
I got a small amount of money back.
A small amount.
Yeah, that's what a retainer is.
So I'm asking you in terms of your overall cost. Like, what was the overall cost that you wound up paying?
It was I think it was less than 5,000. But I was approaching my first retainer, and they wanted another $5,000 deposit. And I was like, okay. So I think we ended up using like 4,000 because the next response they were basically like, okay, well, we fuck off, and that was it. It's like, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, introduce me to this Jewish lawyer you have. I think it'll be useful next time. So I have to go through some shit.
You know what the hourly billing rate was for the law firm that you were using, that you retained?
Yeah, it was like 450, 500. Didn't you say yours was 600?
Yeah, but I explicitly went to the most expensive procedure because I wanted to be the scariest fucking shit that
Yeah.